Top 10 cars banned in America. Automobile regulations vary heavily worldwide, with different standards that fluctuate from country to country and sometimes even differ in the same country. Because of this, manufacturers will create entirely different models based on the countries that the car will be sold in, leaving certain countries without some models that other countries have. This is especially true in America, as the states have some of the strictest automobile requirements. Safety regulations, emission standards, and other market restrictions bar tons of automobiles from entry into the US, which is especially upsetting to collectors and gearheads alike. So without further ado, here's 10 cars that are banned in America. 10. Lotus 340R. In 2000, Lotus engineered one of the most interesting supercars to date, the 340R, built with a four-cylinder version of the Rover K series, referred to as the VHPD, very high-power derivative. The Lotus puts down about 177 brake horsepower. Due to its incredibly lightweight construction and superior weight distribution, the 340R has a 0 to 60 time of 4.4 seconds, which is incredible considering the size of the engine. However, this is exactly the reason why it's not in America. The car does not meet safety regulations because of its subcompact design. It is technically road legal in the UK, but most Lotus 340 RS are reserved for the track anyway. 9. Toyota Hilux. The Toyota Hilux is a unique pickup truck that utilizes a similar design as the SR5, but has a few differences. The Hilux comes equipped with a range of engine sizes, from 2L to 4L, that are diesel-powered and outputs a range of horsepower between 139 and 235. The reception of the Hilux by consumers is that the truck is well-built, reliable, and fully qualified for even the toughest of use. The Hilux is even viable in rough terrain, as it comes optional with 4WD that can handle moderate off-roading. While there are many other trucks in Toyota's catalog that are basically equivalent to the Hilux, it's still unfortunate that the Hilux never made it to America's markets, and subsequently, because of its age, the new generations are barred from import. 8. Nissan Patrol. The Nissan Patrol is sort of like a Pathfinder lookalike, although it's more closely related to the Armada. The fifth generation of the car is my favorite, dubbed Y61, which was produced from 1997 to 2013. It was made available in a series of different trims, including engine sizes ranging from 2.8-liter to 4.5-liter, some of which are diesel and others petrol. Throughout the 2000s, the Patrol underwent different facelifts and mechanical changes, until 2014 when it was discontinued in the majority of the countries where it was sold. However, it still saw production in South Africa, the Middle East, Pakistan, Paraguay, Bolivia, Sri Lanka, and the Philippines. 7. Volkswagen XL1. Unveiled at the 2011 Qatar Motor Show, the Volkswagen XL1 is the third version of Volkswagen's 1-liter car, which is essentially a plug-in diesel hybrid. Supposedly, the XL1 can achieve a theoretical fuel efficiency of 260 miles per gallon from its 2-cylinder turbo diesel engine that can output about 47 horsepower. Production began in 2013 and was limited to 250 units, which went to pre-sale applicants who essentially purchased the cars before they were made. So, despite the illegality of importing an XL1 due to National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, it's safe to say it would be nearly impossible to find one for sale anyway, leaving this to be a rare find to say the least. 6. Bentley Azure Mark II. When Volkswagen acquired Bentley, the Azure was a stunning model in the middle of its first generation, which ended up lasting until 2003. It wasn't until 2006, when Volkswagen executives decided to breathe life into the Azure and release the second generation, dubbed Mark II, equipped with a turbocharged V8 making 450 horsepower. The Mark II is a seriously powerful, high-end, luxury sedan. I mean, look at this thing. I would expect it only to be driven by a paid driver, transporting some sort of VIP. Unfortunately, sale of the Azure was restricted to Russia, Europe, and the Middle East, and the Azure was placed on the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's non-conforming vehicle list. 5. Porsche Carrera 911 RS. While there are many models of the Carrera available in America, there are many models that were only sold in certain domestic markets, as well as a myriad of models listed on the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's non-conforming vehicle list. The RS is one particular trim that was never brought to North America, and it's a shame, because it's a wicked fast roadster. The 1973 and 1974 models were built with a 210 horsepower, 2.7-liter engine that propels the lightweight design of the Carrera, leaving other cars in the dust. I think the Carrera is a true testament to Porsche's drive to make quality vehicles, as the Carrera is expertly designed and seems nearly flawless. 4. Lamborghini Diablo. Designed by Marcello Gandini, the Lamborghini Diablo is an extremely high-powered mid-engine sports car that saw production between 1990 and 2001, when it was replaced Lamborghini Murcielago. Under the hood, a V12 engine pushes 485 brake horsepower, giving the Diablo plenty of enough power to stand up to other supercars in its class. Not surprising really, considering this monster bears the all-too-elegant Lamborghini badge. The 1997 model is specifically listed on the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's blacklist because it doesn't meet safety and age requirements to be imported. However, I should mention there are some Diablos in America. A limited production run of 25 units were built specifically for the U.S. car market. However, the Diablo's presence in America is still basically non-existent. 3. 1994 Toyota Supra. While the Supra was sold in the U.S. for a short time, the foreign models that are younger than 25 years are barred from entry. Unfortunately, the 94 Supra just barely falls short of the age specification, meaning it's banned from America. This is probably the least banned car on the list, as there are still plenty of other Supra models which are registered on American soil. However, because of the legendary status that the Supra has, it needed to be mentioned. Fortunately, by the year 2030, Americans will have access to pretty much all of the JDM legends like the Supra, giving Americans something to look forward to in the coming decade. 2. Porsche Carrera 964 RS. Nearly identical to the Carrera 911 RS, the Porsche Carrera 964, dubbed 964 or Carrera 4, also had an RS model, released about 20 years after the 911 RS. It was based on the design of the 911 RS, but included a revised engine that can output about 260 brake horsepower. Due to the ultra-lightweight construction, as well as stripping of most non-essential features, the 964 has an incredible power-to-weight ration, creating a recipe for an absolute speed demon. I should mention that there was an American version, the RS America, that was produced in 1993 and 1994. However, it was based on the Carrera 2. So, while the RS America was released, the original Porsche 964 is restricted to European markets and barred from American import. 1. Lotus Elise Series 1. I should preface this one by saying, it's a little redundant to include both the 340R and the Series 1, as the 340R is essentially a later release trim of the Elise. Nonetheless, I think that the base model should also be mentioned, as it stands alone as an amazing roadster. Initially released in 1996, the Series 1 was designed by Julian Thompson to have an incredibly low curb weight and center of gravity. This allows the car to be significantly faster than other cars that have much bigger engines, and truthfully, I tip my hat to Lotus, as all of their cars are so expertly designed, it's almost unfathomable. So guys, thanks for watching this video. Do check out other videos on our channel. Make sure you have hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. See you in the next video.